Hello everyone, we are back with Hexcells, jumping into save 1. Last time we got through all the 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s, halfway through the 5s. That is right, isn't it? So we got 5, 4 and onwards, just to round out this edition of Hexcells. So we'll start with our 0s. And that breeds more 0s. Right, 2 in a chain, 1 in the middle must be 1. This could be either of those, so nothing to do with that yet. This vertical 2, with only 2 remaining and 1 solved for, means that this must be the other one, and that must not be 1. That one has a friend, so we can pop those off. 3 on an arc of 4 means the 2 ends must be at least 1 each. Let's see what else we got. This 2 here must not be touching because of the hyphens, so that's 2 opposing ends. That 2 has a pair. What else do we have going on? Another 2 here for another pair. That 2 is touching 2. This 0 is without. This 1 already has 1, so we can get rid of this. Now what's next? There must be something guaranteed, because you always can solve without guessing, and this one here matches to that. This one here matches to that. Now there must be something else going on here. There you go, that one there. Now we have 1, 2, we need 1 more out of this pair to make that vertical true, but we don't know which that is yet. Can we intuit anything from this one here? I don't think so yet. This one. I meant to left click. You know I meant to left click. So what else do we have? 4 in a row that aren't touching. Well, out of 5 total items, that means the top and bottom are going to have to be blue. And that solves for this one here. That solves for that pair on 2 with curly brackets. Now we need 1 more of that pair and that, which we don't have. This 2 only has 1 remaining, so that gets filled in. Not going nearly as fast as I was in my last session of recording. I was flying through those. Here we have a 4. That means that this must be a pair on the ends, and now this 2 is solved for. And that means that this 4 gets 2 remaining, and this 4 gets completed. So we can close those off. This 4 needs 2 more. That solves for the vertical 2, clears this cell. That 3 now has 3 friends. This 1 is lacking 1, so it needs 1 there. Right, back moving towards the center. Have we learnt anything new? Don't think so. So let's come over to here. This 4 with 5 touching it can't be 4 in a row, so it must be the ones on the ends. And so with 1 vertical, it means we can get rid of all of those. 0 solves for itself. 2 there. 2 here. We do not yet have 1 in this column, but what we do know is that one of these 2 must be, because, let's make sure I verbalize this correctly, this vertical column here only has 1 tile in it. This 2 needs at least 2 tiles touching it, and it can't be both of these because this column only has 1. That means this is 1, and because this 1 is now touching the one above to the right, this is not 1, leaving us with that to clear this vertical column. This one needs a friend. This 2 now has 2. That 4 has 4. What else do we have going on? This 3 can now be completed. This one has a friend. That 3 needs a third. That 2 is accounted for. This vertical 3 here has 1, 2, 3. We can kill that one at the bottom. 3 that do not go in a row. Well, we need one of those, this one, and this one, because this 4 is already touching 3, so it needs one more. So it can't be both of these. So it must be that one. And with that one touching the one on the bottom left, we can clear those. That gets a third. So all that's left now is this stuff in the middle. We just need a way to break in. So am I missing anything really obvious? Well, this one has one touching it now, so we can clear that tile. This 2 needs to touch exactly 2, which it now does. With 5 in a row, we need to figure out which one isn't one here. How are we going to do that? We don't know yet. We can't clarify that in any way that I can see. This vertical 3 has now been solved for though, so we can clear this, this and that. Clear that clue. This 2 has bottom left and bottom right. This 2 needs one more. That 2 is solved for, we get rid of those. This 2 needs a second. Now we have 5 remaining. We have 1, 2, so we know at least 2 of them are going to be on here. That 2 needs one there, we can clear that. That 2 has a pair, that 1 has a pair, that 5 is solved for. 1 remaining is that one there. And with only 1 mistake, we get all of the pips. On to 5-5, a much smaller level. And now we are seeing what I was previously calling vertical clues, but we're going to need a new name for them now that they can go on their diagonals. This is a simple lesson in that this has 5 and there are 5 cells here, so that's just teaching us how that works. Same in the opposite direction. With 4 here going across the 2 sets of tiles, there's only 4 being bisected by that line. 0 there, 1 there. 1 in this solves for that. This is 2. They must not be consecutive, so we know it's going to be the top one, getting rid of the center. And this one here has already got 1 accounted for, so we can get rid of that. This 3 needs 2 more. This 5 needs a 5th. We have 0 remaining, so we can get rid of those. And that is 5-5 complete, up onto 6-1 through 6-5, the last 5 puzzles in the game. Okay, start with our zeros. I love the synthy sound effects. 2 here, definitely has to have at the very least the one in the center because they must be consecutive. And because this 1 is now touching 1, we can clear this tile, and now we know that is the matching second consecutive tile. What else do we have going on? This 2 here only touches 2, which means we can clear that tile. This 2 must not have a consecutive pair, so we can clear that. This 2 is already touching 2, so we can get rid of all of its neighbors. This 4 is only touching 4. This 3 and 2 are each touching a higher number of tiles. This 1 accounted here could be accounted for at the bottom, so we can't clear that yet. But there must be exactly 2 in what remains here. So there can only be 1 here, because if these were both blue, this 2 clue would have 3 touching it. So only 1 of these, that means this must be the second one through the line. That means this 1 is now solved for. We can clear that. Now this 4 has 2 at the top, 1 already accounted for, and 3 touching at the bottom. Now this 1 here can either touch 1 of 2, and the one in the lower side can touch 1 of 2. If we do the center one, that would allow for the ones on the left to be fulfilled. However, it would mean the 4 running through would only be touching 1, 2, and 3. So we need it to have 4, so it must be these 2 and that. Clears that for this 2 here. 1 and 1 have a friend. I knew 1 and 1 had a friend. I clicked the wrong mouse button because my brain just doesn't like mice. That's not true. Mice are wonderful. 1 here, solved. 1 there, solved. Right, where else can we stretch in with this? This 2 is already touching 2, so we can get rid of those. This 2 can't have 2 touching consecutive. That 2 needs a friend, solves for that. We don't have any more vertical clues here. We do have this 3 though. 1, 2, 3. So 2 of these must be, and 1 must not. Could be the top and bottom. That would solve for both clues currently. So I think we're going to have to come back to that. Do we have 4 through this diagonal now? 1, 2, 3. We do not. Alright, I'm missing a piece of logic here somewhere, so let's try and figure this out. What don't we know? 4. 1, 2, 3. That needs a 4th, but it could be any of these. This 2 we know nothing about. This we have 1, but we don't know where the second could possibly go. And here we need 3, but we don't know where that could possibly go. This 2 has 1, so one of these 2 must be a piece. That doesn't really help us, does it? Alright, so back to this lower left side. No guessing. This line needs 3 and has 1. So it must be exactly... Oh, I should have gotten this ages ago. There must be exactly 2 here. If we click the one in the center, it allows for these 2s to be completed, but we don't get 3 total through the vertical line, so it must be those. We can get rid of that. 2 there solves for this, and that needs a 3rd. And with that solved, we get 1, 2, 3, 4 through this line, breaking into the upper right-hand side of the puzzle. 3 consecutive in a row means that this cannot be 1. This 2 is only touching 2. This 3 is only touching 3, which fulfills the vertical 2, getting rid of these at the bottom. This vertical 2 is interesting. This pair of 2s here, if we fill the 2 on the right, we can't fill in the 2 on the left of this 2 because it would be touching this. One, 2. Yeah, so if the lower of this pair of 2s had 2 on the right, we would need to have 1 on the left exactly, which could work because we need to fill exactly 1 of these 4 in. And if that's the case, I wish I could draw on the screen. I could if I'd set it up, but maybe we'll do that for the next game. We have 2 vertical going through here. This 2... Okay, there you go. I was getting stuck on this second tile, but we only need to worry about the top tile. We need 2 exactly going through the vertical column. This 2 can be touching 1 on the right and 1 on the left. So one of these 2 must be blue, which eliminates this and that. Then this 1 touches 1. This 1 touches 1 there. This 3 now has 3 touching it, and we need those as well. 3 vertical clears these 2. Now we need 3 consecutive that don't touch. That's much trickier on 2 on either side rather than an arc of 4. However, this 1 is already touching 1, so that solves for these. We need a 3 there. We have 1 tile remaining. There is 6, 1. 6, 2, what have you got? Right, this vertical here. If this line is to have 6, we can either go 4 down and 1 up to make 6, or if this is the lowest one, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can never get to the top 2 tiles. Then this pair must be bifurcated like that, which leaves this whole column solved. Solve for your zeros. This 2 is touching 2, so we can clear that off. That 1 needs a friend. Right, so now what we know about this 6. If we go up, we can go 3 more and then 2 down. If we go down, we can go 5 down. So if you imagine you took 6 units of length from the top, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we go 6 units from the bottom, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In that count, these are always accounted for because you can either make 4 and 2 on the top, 4 and 2 on the bottom, or 4 and 1 on top on 1 on bottom. But these 4 must be blue. Right, what else does that do for us? Not an awful lot, but this 2 here is touching 1, needs a second. This 1 now has a friend. That 2 needs a second. And that dries up very quickly. This guy needs a second, but we don't know which that is yet. Right, what we do know is that this 2 down here must either touch the 1 on the left and 1 of the 2 on the right, or both on the right, because this 6 means that this 2 can either solve this into a line of 6 or this into a line of 5, and that means that this cannot be 1. So this 1 gets a friend. That 1 has a friend. This 2 is touching exactly 2. And now that we have 5 in a row, we can solve for our 6th in this vertical column. Get rid of that. Clear that 6 off. This 3 now has 3 in its column, so we can clear the rest of those clues. And this 3 is solved for. Again, said it was solved for. Went to solve for the tile, clicked the wrong mouse button because I'm daft. Okay, what have we got? These 2s in the center are already in pairs, so we can get rid of those. Solve for your zeros. 2 with a line of 3 means we eliminate the ones on the outside edge. This 2 has a pair, that 2 has a pair, this 1 already has a friend. 3 has 3, this 2 has 2, this needs 3, and they're all connected, so we can start on one end that we have and go 2, 3. This 2 is only touching 2, so it must be those. This 2 has 2 friends, so it's not that. That 1 already has a friend. This 2 needs a second. Alright, we're making good progress. 3 needs a third. 2 needs a second. This 2 is now only touching 2, so it must be those. That gets us 1 here, and by vertical it can't have another 1 below it. Solve for your zeros. Four leaves that, and then the number of tiles remaining will let us know if that's going to be 1 or not at the end. 1 here has a friend, so we get rid of that. 2 on a chain of 3, where you must not have them consecutive, means it's top and bottom. Clear the center. 1 has a friend. Right, there must be some logical end to this. There must be exactly 1 of these, because this 3 needs a third. 2 on the right and 1 on the left. Wherever this 1 on the left goes, we'll solve for this 3, so we know this 1 is not 1. Then this 3 is touching exactly 3, so we can finish solving for those. That 3 now has 3. 1 has a friend already. That 3 gets a third. 1 has a friend. This 1 also has a friend. Right, this 2 is less easy because it's on a chain of 4, not a chain of 3, but we do know it can't be this consecutive tile. This 3 now only has 3 touching it. 1 has a friend. 2, we've got this one here. Let's go for a second. These ones all have friends. That second one needs a 2, and this 2 needs another 1. 1 has a friend, 2 consecutive and 2 consecutive. We need to still find 8 remaining tiles, and we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 remaining yellow hexagons. We need to find 8 blues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's a disparity of 1 there, and we know that only 2 of these 3 can be blue. So this is blue, that's blue. These are all blue. And then 2 gets a friend, 2 gets a friend. We clear that one there. Oh my goodness. Alright, where do we even begin? Vertical, okay, 0, right there. Very good start. Right, let's solve for zeros. This 2 has 2 on the sides, this 2 has 2 on its sides. This column has 4, and they must be consecutive. That means it can't exist in the top 3, so we can clear those. We'll follow that 0 along for a while. And so now we have 5 tiles remaining down here. If we're going to have 4 in a row, then the 3 in the center of that line must be blue. We will solve for which end is correct later. No, we won't. That 1 needs a friend. That is sorted. You don't have a 1 in yet. We've got 1, 2, 3 blues in a row here, and this is 4 non-consecutive tiles, so this cannot be 1. This 6 with consecutives can either be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so we can't exclude anything from that yet. Does this column only have 8 within it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our survey says yes, so those are all accounted for. And 4 in a row here. If it starts from the furthest end, which it must because this is a 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, we can clear that off and know that none of these are blue. Clears that. This only has 1 option left. This 2 needs 2 friends. Right, what other clues do we have going on? This 1 only has that 1 there. That's simple enough. This 2 vertically cannot have 2 consecutive. So that solves for that. How's this 5 looking? We've got 4 and 3 unknowns, so we can't do that yet. This 5, we have 2 at the bottom and 3 at the top, so that solves that. These puzzles where there's lots of stuff on diagonals kind of make me go a little bit cross-eyed, almost like what I imagine motion sickness feels like. Can't say I've had much motion sickness in my life to really know. Right, what else have we got? What else have we got? Alright, are there any numbers we have inside of cells that we haven't solved for yet? No, we are at the terminal ends of all our actual numbers. What have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That solves for that. Should have paid attention to which cell that was in case it taught us about anything in the verticals, but I don't think it did. Four here, we need 1 more. 2 there, we need 1 more of that pair. 6 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is not 1. We can get rid of that, and that was in the center column, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So those must be. Right, back around the circle again. We can't solve that. We can't solve that. 5 here, too many unknowns. Nothing to get a pair there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that 4 doesn't help us. 1, 2, 7 on that 6 I don't think helps us just yet. 4 not in a row needs one more here. 5 of 4 doesn't help us there. 6 is a total mystery. 2 we don't know. 4 we don't know. So coming down the other side. We definitely don't have 1 in that yet. Do we have 4 here? Nope, we need 1 more. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 we have solved, so we have some progress. Zeros are easy. And this 2 gets a second. That means this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for our guy at the top. 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can clear that off. And now we can go around the circle again. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, so we can clear these 3. This 2 only has 1 remaining tile, so that's solved. 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's done. 2 here. That's done as well. 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all falling into place now. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope you like the sound of me counting. This guy has a 1, so we can eliminate that. This 1 has a friend, so we can denote that there, which means these 2 belong to that 3 in the column. 1 here gets a friend. This means this has 4, so we can eliminate those 2. 4 along here. Well, this 2 needs a friend. This 2 needs a friend. But that still leaves us with too many. 6 is too many. 2 here gives us exactly 2. 4 there gives us exactly 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 cuts that out. This 1 needs another. This 1 needs another. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for you. Don't think we can get that yet, but we can probably use this 5 to help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. We have 5. So we cut that out, and that's our last one there. No mistakes. Well logicked out. Lots of going around the circle, but that's what you got to do sometimes. Oh, what's this? 6, 4. We got 6, 4, and 6, 5. 6, 4, and 6, 6. Screw it. It's going to be a long episode. Solve for your zeros. 2 in a row means this must be 1. 2 not in a row must mean those must be 1. That 2 is solved for. That 1 has a friend. This 2 is only touching 2, so they get 1. That 2 is now touching 2. 2 non-consecutive eliminates this. That 1 already has 1. You get a second. You have a pair already. You guys are each touching 1. That's already solved for. This needs 3 in a row, which must be these 3 and not those 2. 2 consecutive is not ever going to be this one. We need 2 more on that 4. Let's move back across. Two not touching each other must be this and that, which solves for these. 3 touching 3 needs another pair. Right, we've learnt lots, but where are we going from there? Probably going to have to start using these diagonal clues. Because I don't think we can do too much more. This 3 is going to need another one, and because it's 3 that don't touch on a chain of 4, that must be 1. It's not going to be game changing though. Right, so we have 3 on that diagonal. Let's just eliminate this, and that 3 gets a third. This 3 now has 3, that 4 has 4, this 3 has 3. How about you? You're not there yet. 8 down here, looking in the opposite direction. It's weird that this 8 looks up and to the right rather than having it here looking down and to the left as they normally would. Right, what can we do? What can we do? These ones here are touching something. Right, that got us really far, didn't it? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Excellent. Nice long vertical there. That 3 is solved for. 5 solves itself. This one has a friend. 4 only touches 4. This 6 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blues. So we need 1 more of the remaining 3. Can't solve for that yet. 5 there, we don't know. 2 consecutive here, we can't muddle through yet. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 1 too many there, unfortunately. I feel like there's something that can be done with this 5 and 4 with chains. I think these 2... No, because it could be the gaps on the outside or the inside being shared, I think. Right, this 2 is already touching 1, needs to touch a second. It's going to give us some progress through the center here. So there must be 1 there, but that doesn't help us with that 4. Alright, we can use this 3 here. It's touching 1 at the top and 1 at the bottom, so we need 1 of these 2 to be our second. And whichever of those 2 it is, it solves for the 2 on the left, so this can't be 1, which then completes our 4. With the 4 completed, we can complete that, and 1 makes 2, 1 needs something. This 3 on a chain of 4 must have its end caps. That 2 has a pair. This 3 then finishes off that side. That's 1 island done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's not going to work out, is it? Not yet. Right, so what am I missing? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We still need 1 more out of that, unfortunately. We can't know what it is. Right, let's look for some basics. Back here, 2 is already touching 2, so we can get rid of this. 3 needs a third, so we can do that. And that's all we get out of those basics. Anything else already solved for? It's probably staring me in the face. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get rid of this whole diagonal here. Lovely stuff. Clear your zeros. Pop your ones off. 2 is only touching 2. Right, that actually did very little to actually help, didn't it? Oh, this one is touching 1 now. This 2 is only touching 2. That's going to break us into this set here. 1, 2, 3, 4 gets us that solved. 2 is touching only 2, so this 1 now has a friend. This 1 is touching 1, so that's solved. 3. So to finish this off, we're going to need some diagonals, but not that just yet, I don't think. 3 there, though, gives us our first in with a pair. Again, wrong mouse button, because I'm daft. If that hurts me for a perfect score, I'm going to be mad. The game should know that I knew what was there. Oh, this can't be 1 because these 2 must be together on a chain. And if only one of these can be 1, that must be 1 to finish off the 4 in a moment. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not you yet. What's changed? Not much. I'm beginning to regret not putting this as 2 different episodes. Right. Where's our next in? Look for simple stuff. There's got to be 1 there, but we don't know which. This needs 3, but it could be that on the outside and these on the outside. This 2 here needs 2 touching, so that must be 1. This 2 has 2 non-consecutive touching, so it must be that 1, which means we can put 4 around that, then eliminate these. That gives us our second touching there. 2 needs a second one, and that needs a consecutive eliminating those. How did this miss me for so long? A pair here clears that. That's that whole island done super quick. Does that change anything on these big diagonals? Not particularly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need to clear 2 more out of that row. That's not going anywhere soon. We need another 2 here. One of these at the least must be 1. Because if this 2 had 1 on the right and then 1 above or below, it means only one of these 3 can be 1. But that doesn't really help me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 blue, 2 blue, 3 blue, 4 blue. One of these must be blue, which makes for 5. Alright, I think this logic tracks out. 1 blue, 2 blue, 3 blue, 4 blue. So on this diagonal line of 6, we need to find 2 more blue tiles. This ring of 5 must have 1 tile missing from it. if it's neither of these two tiles, then this 5 can't be true. So it must either be both of these or one of these. If it's this one, then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that's 2 of the 4, and then that can either go here or there and there. I'm really not verbalizing this well, am I? But what I think that means, unless I'm going completely crazy, these two, if they are... No, I'm going to completely abandon that train of thought. There's no payoff to that, and I'm very sorry. It's just making me go cross-eyed as well. One more in this column. I need one more out of those. But that doesn't help me solve that. Man, I'm really stumped, and this is turning into a marathon video. What's dumb is that I know I've solved this before, because I've beaten all of the puzzles in the first Hexagon before. So I know that my brain can solve this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. There's something. Right, now that this one is 1, we can either do the one in the center or the 2 on the outsides, but not both. Don't think that really helps me either. God. Right, what clues have we not inspected? There must be some, or I must be missing something simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, there you go. Should have saw that ages ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gets rid of these. 2 must be touching exactly 2. That 4 is now solved for. That 5 must touch 5. This 3 is solved. That 3 is solved. Does that give us enough on 7? It does not. But is there something long and diagonal that protruded through all that stuff? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 2 of these. I think that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So one of these is not, but we don't know which yet. How about this 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of those must be, but we don't know which yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this guy needs 2. There's something with this. Okay, wait. So this 6 has 1, 2, 3, 4. So this 6 needs only 2 of its remaining 3. And so it's either the first and the last, the second and the last, or the first and the second. No, because if it's the first and the second, we still can't figure out where the gap must be in the 5. God. I feel like I'm missing something fundamental about this pair of consecutive tiles. But every way I rotate things around, my brain just goes, nah, that still works. There's still a wealth of options. This 3 has had 3 in its column for ages, and I'm mad about it. You get an extra one, you get one there, you need another, you're out, you're another. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need one more along there. It must be one of these two because this 3 needs an extra, so we can get rid of this. 4 in a row solves for that. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the column eliminates this. 2 has a friend. 4 is done. 3 needs a third. 2 has 2 already. 1 has 1 already. That 3 needs a third. This means this 8 now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all solved. That means this 7 is also solved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now we can finally break into this, because if this has to have 7 and it's got 4 along here and one of these must be missing, no, that doesn't even help me, because if the one at the top is missing, then the gap in the 5 can be anywhere. I missed a clue or something really obvious. This 2 is solved. Okay, this 2 is solved for, and that 2 is solved for, as in we can go. I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. This, I thought it was just 1, 2, 3, and 4, but there's this one right in the middle that I missed, and I'm mad about it. Where's the logic to press forward? I've gone completely cross-eyed now, but I refuse to just start guessing. Oh, I'm dumb. I blacked out this clue for 1, 2, 3, but never claimed the tile. I'm so dumb. That's why I was ignoring it so much. And then that just gives me the keys to the kingdom. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4. Solved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Solved. 0 remaining. Well, that was just really poor planning. Alright. Is this just the finish request? Yeah. Remaining 57. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You get the idea. Well, thank you for sticking with me through my real cock-up. Like, that was... blurring out that 3 and not finishing that diagonal really screwed me. But hey. We have finished. We are 6 short because of some mistakes we made. 5 short, but that's fine. I'm not going to get too hung up on that. Thank you ever so much for joining me in playing Hexic. You will find somewhere linked below or in this same playlist the continuation onto Hexic Plus. Hexcells Plus. Hexic was the thing you used to get preloaded with Xbox 360s. Hexcells. That's the one. There it is, look. Great big font. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.